Hello friends, followers and channel members, welcome to another video here for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. So it's not been a great week for Asobo. Ever since the sim update number 5 was released, we've had issues after issues reported from the Flight Simulator community, and we had a hot fix which sadly didn't appear to do very much, and we had silence from Asobo, but thankfully our prayers have been answered and they have been listening to the community, and a new hot fix has been announced for later on this week, although it may get pushed into next week, and that doesn't concern me one bit. I would much rather that they get a hotfix that works and sorts some things out. But in the statement that they've made, they actually go on to explain and show photographs of what we can expect after this new hotfix, let's call it hotfix 2 for sim update number 5, gets released. Now, one of the things that a lot of the community, particularly on the PC versions of the Flight Simulator, was getting frustrated with is that the graphics seem to have been dumbed down or reduced in quality. And I know myself, I had a video on how to try and restore that quality. And it seems that thankfully Asobo have also acknowledged this, but they have said that it is not so much a reduction in quality that they went for. They tried to fix something and inadvertently broke something else. Well, thankfully, the fix is on the way. So volumetric lighting was missing, and this was apparently a shader bug, and it will be addressed in the upcoming hotfix in the next few days. A lot of people also saying that the LOD popping and stutter when the camera was panning around, so you were seeing scenery popping in and out, was getting really frustrating, and they admit again that PC simmers with graphics set to ultra will have experienced this when panning the camera around very quickly, and the team are working on a new option that will allow you to customize how much of the off-screen scenery will actually be stored and cached, and they're aiming for this, however, to be released on the 24th of August, which is the time of the next World Update number 6, not to be confused with Sim Update, two different versions. Now, a huge bugbear for many of us, myself included, following Sim Update number 5 was the low resolution of the ground textures. Many of us thought that this had been done to try and get the game more compatible with the Xbox. However, Asobo have come out and in their fairness have said that this was a bug introduced when they fixed the tree draw distance from high latitudes, and it will be addressed in the upcoming hotfix number 2 in the next few days. So that's great to see, and here we actually have a preview of the ground textures. So as you can see over Manhattan, that's looking nice and sharp, and the view from 30,000 feet is also the same as we go to the nighttime picture, because the same fix is also going to improve the night lighting draw distance as well. Taking that one step further then, there is a view from 60,000 feet here, and as you can clearly see, the photogrammetry of Seattle is still there, and they claim that the terrain level of detail is more than 1 terrain pixel per 4K screen pixel. So that's good. Really glad that we're going to get those nice sharp textures back. So what of the crash to desktops? Now, in a recent live stream, I did a sort of very unscientific poll where I asked everybody in the chat at the time watching the live stream to basically give me a yes/no answer as to whether they had experienced crash to desktops. Only 3 people out of there was over 100 people watching at the time, but out of everybody that answered, there was only 3 people that said they hadn't experienced a crash to desktop since Sim Update 3. And one of them was playing on an Xbox. So obviously crash to desktops have been a huge issue, and you'll have seen me have them as well on the live stream. Very frustrating, and Asobo has come out and said that they are currently investigating and are planning on several fixes for World Update number 6, that date on the 24th of August. The next item they are looking to address then is the washed out graphics and cloud appearance. So many people have said that the clouds don't look anywhere near as good as they did a few weeks back, and I have to agree. So Asobo have said that attempted improvements to the cloud appearance introduced an overexposure of the world. This will be addressed in the upcoming hotfix in a few days, and they're also planning on a brightness slider for the upcoming sim update to allow visual customization of your sim. So that's going to be in the future for the next sim update, whenever that is next scheduled to be released. For those of you that fly the Aerosoft CRJ, that has had some issues as well since sim update number 5, and Asobo have said that they have found and fixed a bug in an open source library that is part of the WebAssembly, which was part of the CRJ's problems, and that has been resolved, and a new package will be made available in the next few days. So good news for the CRJ pilots amongst us. ATC asking for incorrect altitudes, or rather receiving incorrect altitudes from your aircraft. So the pressure altitude has been brought in line with a new altimeter simulation, and air traffic control should no longer ask you to reach your current altitude if you already have. This will be addressed in the upcoming hotfix in a couple of days, so that's great to see. And further improvements to the altimeter and ambient pressure system will be coming in World Update number 6. This is also really good for those of us who fly online on VATSIM, for example, as we will also be showing the correct readings on the ATC's radar scopes. And speaking of VATSIM and general flying in general, one of the huge problems we have all experienced is the temperature spikes. No longer will your aircraft climb, and live weather was essentially broken completely. So we had to use presets or go on to use something like Rex, a third-party weather engine. Well, the temperature spikes, thankfully, according to Asobo, in this upcoming hotfix will be addressed. They do come out and say, and fair play to them for admitting this, the previous hotfix did not fix all cases of this issue. This has been addressed in the upcoming hotfix in a couple of days. So it sounds like, on the basis of it, this hotfix that is coming in the next couple of days should resolve most of the problems, both in terms of graphics, clouds, and the live weather. So that is fantastic to hear. And they do go on to say that this is not an exhaustive list either. They are investigating all the issues that have been communicated by the flight simulator community, and they will give updates in their feedback snapshot on the 12th of August. They then go on to say that they acknowledge and apologize for the gap in their communication over the last week, and thank us for our continued support and patience. Now, I say fair play to Asobo for that. That is really good to hear, and let's face it, anyone can make a mistake, and I imagine programming a computer program, a simulator of this size, is never ever going to be an easy task. I'm really glad that Asobo have come and done that, and I'm sure that all of us will give them a round of applause for coming out and stating that a new hotfix has been worked on, and hopefully is going to be released in the next few days. Thank you so much to Asobo for listening to the community and doing that. And to finish with then, FlyByWire have now released a new stable build of their A320NX. Now, you will know that following sim update number 5, the stable build no longer worked, regardless of whether you got it from the FlyByWire website using their installer or via the marketplace. It has subsequently been removed from the marketplace in Microsoft Flight Simulator because it was broken and just caused crash to desktops. So you can now go ahead and download a new stable build which is compatible with sim update number 5. Now, as you'll know, the stable build doesn't have all the very latest features that the development version has, but this has been tested to be compatible with sim update number 5. So if you are experiencing issues, then I'd highly recommend going and downloading the stable build. Please note, this is not available through the Microsoft Flight Simulator Marketplace. You have to get this from the FlyByWire website, and there's a link in the video description down below. Great news all around then in this video. If you have enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and a like. Also, please do consider hitting the subscribe button and turning on the notifications bell so you know when we are next live with our live streamed flights, and of course next time we upload a video regarding Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you all again very soon. Bye bye for now.